Hi, we're Alison and Ian from Ageless Curiosity, and we've recently enjoyed a Mediterranean cruise aboard Celebrity Ascent. In this video, we share our thoughts on the ship, the food, the entertainment and the itinerary. So if this cruise has been on your radar, or it's something new you're considering, then this is the video for you. Our 7-day cruise began in Barcelona and made stops in Cannes, south of France, then on to Italy, where we visited Portofino, La Spezia and Rome, with our final port being Naples, before heading back to Barcelona. If you want to see how we fared in each of these ports, then do check out our series of videos linked at the end of this one. Before we start, we'd like you to answer the following question in the comments section below. For you, what would be the ideal length for a Mediterranean cruise? 7 days, 14 days, or longer? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to watch until the end where we give our scores. But for now, let's dive into our review of the cruise itself.
So I think the first thing we need to speak about is the ship itself, because it's a new ship to us, isn't it?
Absolutely. So it's an Edge class ship in the Celebrity range, and it's the newest ship. It only came out about a year ago, so it's still relatively new in the cruising world.
Yeah, I mean we've travelled and cruised on Celebrity before, but it was an older class ship. So for me, the design was an important reason to come on this ship. And I have to say, we've not been disappointed in any way whatsoever with regards to the design, have we? I mean, from the rooftop garden, for example, it's nice to see the top of a ship actually be for entertainment as opposed to sports and activities.
Yeah.
Even though you do have a running track up there, which we'll come on to later. But yeah, the design is fantastic. Your thoughts on that?
I agree. I think it's lovely to see actual living plants. They're not just plastic plants, they're real plants. You've got beautiful sculptures there. You've got just lots of nice things to sit around as well. You've got the big screen up there for watching films, but you've also got nice seating areas, so you can it's a very social area, and it's not just about sunbathing on the top deck.
Yeah, I believe it. It comes across as being an intentional architectural design, doesn't it? In that it's encouraging people to actually get out and upstairs and enjoy the space upstairs. And with the weather that we've been having, as you may have seen in some of our videos, during this cruise, it's been a bit of a lifesaver, hasn't it, really?
It has,
at times it's been too hot.
Too hot, yes.
But nevertheless, it's nice just to be able to get out rather than being all crammed in the ship itself.
Exactly. For sail away, it's just perfect location up on that top deck as you're moving along. You've got the breeze, and it's a lovely space to be at with lots of good bars in that area as well. Sunset bar, particular at the back of the ship.
Yeah, and talking about the design, the art and sculptures that are dotted around in various places on the ship, fantastic to see and interact with. There's a corridor of mirrors. There's 8-foot sculptures, there's a silver octopus, there's all sorts of things, and the artwork around the ship is really pleasing on the eye as well.
Exactly, and the different seating, you've got some swing seats down near Eden, you've got some seats that look like a leaf of a plant. It's, completely a whole range of different types of
something interesting seats everywhere, isn't there? Whether you like it or not, it's different, which is great. Talking of the venues, actually, as part of the ship, the theatre, I think, is particularly nice on here.
Yeah, it is good.
Because it's 2-tier, and they make great use of the technology in the theatre, massive screen behind, similar to Sun Princess as well, in that the theatre is almost like a wraparound now. They come out into a middle circular stage rather than the traditional. Yeah. Really, really good. And again, if you go back and see some of our videos, because what's been pleasantly encouraging for us as vloggers, they actively encourage you to record the performances. They now understand in the value of channels such as ours and others in getting the product out there, which is really good, really refreshing, wasn't it? So the theatre was good. You've got a couple of other venues that we frequented quite often. You've got Eden at the back. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, Eden. I liked Eden as a venue just to sort of listen to some music. Obviously, nice sort of views outside the back of the ship there, and it was a little bit unusual, sort of on a slope. The walkway between, because it's on 2 decks. That's a little bit unusual. They have got a cafe there which hasn't been open yet because we've always been sort of on port days. So this is our first sea day, so it'll be open today. And also there's a restaurant there in the evening time. But as a bar, it's a nice, relaxing venue to sort of listen to some of the music.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about the slope, mention the slope. There's obviously design architecture again involved to make it easier for people with walking difficulties or challenges to get around the ship far easier, which is great for moving forward anyway as far as the cruise industry is concerned. Did you mention the club? The club I think is another good venue.
Yeah, the club's on deck 4. That's sort of a bit like the nightclub venue, but it's also the venue for the trivia or the quizzes. And there's a lot of those on Celebrity. Even though there's been a lot of port days, they've still had quizzes going on throughout the day.
Yeah, fantastic venue. It's Princess have an equivalent in Princess Live, but this is bigger.
Yes.
And I think this is what's needed, and this is what hopefully, potentially Princess will move to bigger venues like that as well.
Yeah, and a big screen at the back. So if you've got quiz questions, it's on a huge screen that you cannot miss.
Yeah. So on the whole, really good. The magic carpet, the obvious design feature of the Edge class ships. We didn't actually get a chance to go on into the magic carpet at all because it's been such a port heavy thing. The only time we've actually been on it is when they use it as a transfer for the tenders, which is a great use of the design.
Absolutely.
I think, and very intuitive as well.
Definitely, very easy to use. That was the second tender port. So on the first tender port, we just had the tenders from the that port that came out to the ship, but it didn't, because it was their tenders, it wasn't designed to step off the magic carpet onto. But when you use the ship's tenders, that's how you can get into it. Very easy. And
finally on ship and the design, I think we touched on it just a bit earlier. It's about the jogging track. Now, normally you'd get on the older style ships, you get a promenade deck and everything, which is great. But the jogging tracks are often left, as an afterthought on the ships. Here, that is not the case. And what is really good to see, it's got a variable incline on it as well. So it goes up, it's across 2 decks, which is something we haven't seen before, which works really, really well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and there's 2 lanes, so you're supposed to go all in the one direction. So there's a lane for walkers and there's a lane for joggers. So obviously they're going at different speeds. So we like that concept. Okay, so then we come on to the staff. So what did you think, Ian, to the staff on Celebrity?
Yeah, I think the staff were phenomenal. I don't think there's not been a member of staff that doesn't seem very, very happy on here. And the way they interact with the guests is second to none. I'm struggling to find of a better cruise ship where we've had such a great experience with the staff.
Absolutely, and they get to know you as well. So they get to know, particularly the restaurants, what you like, what you dislike. So yeah, very impressed.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all there needs to be said because, the staff are superb.
Yeah,
superb.
And our cabin steward Pando sort of nips in and out. Don't know how he does it really. He's, you're out of the room for just a little bit, and he come back and the room's all done.
Maybe he should be called Ninja.
Ninja Pando.
Okay, so the next thing we need to discuss is food, something close to every cruiser's heart. And I'll probably kick off with the buffet. Buffet Ocean View Cafe is amazing.
It is incredible, yeah. It's such a spacious area. We've been on cruises where you're bumping into each other, where you're trying to select your food, but here you've got separate stations for the different food types. The seating area is very wide, so you've got seating on both sides. It goes right to the back of the ship. You can even sit outside and eat. And yeah, it's absolutely top-notch food as far as I'm concerned. Lots of choice.
Yeah, not only the food stations, I don't know how many ways they can do eggs, but they do. They've got a complete food station for eggs. They've got a British section, they've got an American section, they've got an Asian section, they've got cold cuts, they've got cheese, they've got a bakery. I'm not even spoken about the bakery.
Yeah, pasta section.
Pasta section.
Fruits. He's forgotten about the fruits.
Always forget about the fruits.
Healthy stuff.
The healthy stuff, yeah, exactly. So there's something for everyone there. The height in the area makes it so light and airy. Different types of seating. You've got benches, you've got tall benches, you've got benches across the windows, so you've got a view straight out of the ship. Really, really good. I think it's probably the best buffet we've ever encountered on the ship.
And the drinks as well. You've got the drink station where you don't just have your water, you've got all the different juices as well to choose from.
Yeah, exactly, rather than just cup of tea, coffee. Talking of coffee, you've got El Baccio over in the corner as well, where you can order not only coffees, but you can also order alcohol, drinks, etc. if you've got the packages. And that's where you find scoops, so you have the gelatery included in the fare. Gelatery,
And at the other end, pizza station.
So that's just a buffet.
Yeah.
Also included in an all fare, you've got 4 main dining restaurants. So you've got a Mediterranean-inspired one, French, Italian, and a global restaurant as well. And then on top of that, you've also got 7 speciality restaurants as well. We've not gone to any of those because we've not had much time at all, but that adds to the variety. You've got steakhouse, you've got an Asian one, I think you've got a sushi one.
Raw, we call it raw 5.
And then on top of that, with your different cabin classes, you've got access to different restaurants on top of that.
Exactly. So in Aqua class we're in, we can go to Blue, which is sort of a bit more of a clean cuisine. You can go for breakfast, lunch, and on a sea day, and then your evening meal. And then if you're in an actual full suite, you've got a restaurant called Luminaire.
So as you can imagine, there's enough to eat, there's enough variety. Yeah, and if you want to pay that little bit extra, you've even got even more. So the next topic will be entertainment. Now, most of the entertainment has been in the evening for us, hasn't it?
It has, because it's been a really port-intensive cruise. During the day, there have been activities going on, but obviously most people have been off the ship, so it's not really into the evening where we've enjoyed all those entertainment crew and all the activities they've laid on.
A couple of the main venues for the entertainment, you've got the club, which has the quizzes, and there's a bit of a nightclub, and they had
ABBA sing-along.
That's right, ABBA sing-along. Fantastic. It was so good, so popular. And because it's a 2-story theatre, or not theatre, but a 2-story venue. It really caters for it very well. And it's got a
screen at the back.
Big screen at the back, bar at the bottom, and again some really quirky furniture. Got almost like chaise lounge where you sit either side of it, and so you're ear to ear. It's about. I'll show you the footage so you see what I mean. It's poor description, but nevertheless, you'll see what I mean. So that is a good venue. Then you've actually got the main theatre itself. Now the main theatre itself again is 2-tier, and a lovely little design because you can get drinks in the theatre. They'll come and take drink orders, and they've got a little drink stand there as well before you walk in. And
you've got a little cup holder on your seat, so you can don't have to hold it.
They thought of pretty much everything. So that's a really good venue, and the entertainment itself in there is really, really good. The performers, the resident performers, the group, 4 singers, two girls, 2 boys, fabulous voices, not a weak one amongst them. Really, really powerful, really, really good.
Absolutely, and then they've got the dancers that are always part of the show as well. And what's becoming more popular are sort of artists, acrobats that are joining in the performance, and they weave that into the show, and that's been absolutely amazing. So that's been sort of from high up in the theatre, people spinning around on ropes and different very gymnastic type activities.
Yeah, definitely, and it all just adds to the experience, doesn't it? And you layer that on with the use of the screen at the back, the LED screen, and the theatrics and the smoke and the lasers and everything else. Fabulous. I don't think I've heard anyone say anything other than they really thoroughly enjoyed
And
it.
standing ovations at the end.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what I was going to say, is that Celebrity seem to be very different to other cruise lines. As vloggers, it's very hard to record this sort of stuff for any more than 20 seconds to then put out on videos. They actively encourage people to record the videos in order to get it out there. I think cruise lines are now actually realising that it's a good way of us doing the marketing for them, as it were. And long may that continue, because there's some fabulous stuff, and you know, and it's there so that we can show you, to give you an idea and a flavour of what to expect when you come on the ship.
Definitely,
so it's a win-win.
So as well as the 3 shows, there's been a singer, an Irish singer, who has an extremely good voice, and I think there was another lady earlier in the week that unfortunately we missed that one. Yeah.
Magic and Illusionist, wasn't she? Yeah. So that's good. And the last main venue, I would say, would be the Grand Plaza, Grand Plaza, which is where the Martini Bar is situated on level 3, but it's 3 stories high. The venue, the area, and they will have the silent disco there. And obviously the martinis in and around the area are fantastic as well. The bar staff will just do show off, throwing the bottles around and everything else, and have a big party. And it's a venue that will go on till about midnight anyway. So,
and there's live music there as well throughout the day.
So all of that is pretty much, venues that are included in the original package when you come onto these cruises.
And we had last night, we had the Shine. It was the deck party.
Do you know what? I keep
night.
forgetting stuff. There's just so much.
There is all the time in different places. There's even at the Sunset Bar, they have a guitarist playing sort of at 6 o'clock or so, just as you usually leaving a port, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
But you're right. That Shine went on to gone midnight, 12:30.
Yeah.
And then when it finished, we went straight into the midnight buffet, which goes on till 1 o'clock.
We had to check it out.
But to be fair, we did just walk through it because we were
so tired.
Wow. And then there's also paid for entertainment as well. So you've got things such as ship tours.
Yes.
Haven't you? You know, when I go down into the bowels of the ship and galleys and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Then you've got cooking classes, if you're so inclined, and also mixology classes, which I always think is a win-win for a cruise line. Not only are they charging you extra for the drinks that you're making, but you're making them, so they're just sitting back and just saying, okay, knock yourself out. So yeah, there's just no end of things to be able to be doing. And again, port-intensive cruise, not enough time to do it, I don't think. Fit everything in unless you're going to stay on the ship having already been to a port.
And it's quite a relaxed atmosphere in general. So in terms of like dress code as such, is that there's 2 chic nights, but chic night is just, it's nothing really fancy. We haven't seen, I think I might have seen one person in a
full suit,
formal suit, dicky bow type thing. People just dress as up and down as much as they want.
That's been
nice.
So refreshing, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been there's that formality isn't a requirement as it is on other cruise lines. So right up my street, that is.
Well done, Celebrity.
Yeah, well done, Celebrity, on that. Okay, next thing to talk about is the cabin. You'll be able to see it behind us. We've already done a cabin video, so if you haven't seen it, why not? And secondly, if you want to see it, just look on the channel and you'll see a far more in-depth where Alison does a normal walk through the cabin and I just stand behind the camera.
Yeah, we talk about the fact it's an aqua class and what you get for your money with that.
Exactly, and all the little bells and whistles and everything else.
Yeah, and that controversial balcony too. Yes, I'll leave it there.
Yeah, well, we'll let you find out what that's about. Next thing, itinerary.
Yeah, so
this is your speciality. I do nothing on these cruises. Alison does everything. She's like my travel agent.
In terms of the planning side, in terms of planning. So it's a Mediterranean cruise. So we live in UK, so it's really easy for us to get to a Mediterranean port. So we started off in Barcelona, and it was 7 nights. And we started, the first port was in Cannes, in southern France, the French Riviera. So you could enjoy trips to Nice, to Monaco, so another
Ez.
country, and Ez, which is a beautiful village quite high up.
That was a big surprise.
Yeah,
that
was
Ez.
definitely. Yeah, that was a tender port. And then the second day, it was another tender port, but that was Portofino, which was absolutely stunning. So this time it was the Italian Riviera. It was a beautiful place, and we went up to the castle there.
Everything you would have expected
Yeah.
and anticipated of that port.
Definitely.
It delivered. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Then it was La Spezia.
So a lot of people use that port to go to Florence or Pisa. But we enjoyed the Cinque Terre, which is 5 little villages along the coastline, along the Italian Riviera there. We did that by ourselves. We just got the train. It was like an all-day ticket.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing with excursions, certainly in the Mediterranean. The train systems are really good in the Med countries or in Europe by and large. So if you don't fancy doing a ready-made excursion offered by the cruise ship, there's often the ability to actually do your own thing, and dare I say it, at a lot cheaper cost.
Definitely, but do check out the Celebrity excursions, because there are often deals, and I think the 2 that we booked were 30-40% even at one stage, so do look out for them, and they are so well organised. It's something that the staff do really well. You're not hanging around in the theatre waiting to go on your tour. The group sizes weren't too big either, because sometimes the coaches weren't completely full, so we appreciated that.
Very much a well-oiled machine, and it does take the strain out of it as well.
Yeah.
So the hassle of running between platforms on stations,
definitely,
etc.
and I think we appreciated that when we were in Rome. So that was our fourth port.
That was the next port.
Now you dock in Civitavecchia. Managed to say the name right
Well
there.
done.
So we did choose an excursion on that day because it is a little bit further into the city, into Rome. We knew it was going to be an extremely hot day, a busy day because it's a Wednesday when the Pope has his audience, and it's the Jubilee year, so there's lots of people visiting Rome. So we chose a ship excursion, and we were not disappointed. It was really good guide.
She was so knowledgeable, Rita.
Very good, yeah.
Marita. And the final port was Naples, where you're able to do a number of things, aren't you?
Absolutely. So we've been there twice before. So the first time we went to Mount Vesuvius, we went to Pompeii. The second time we went along
Sorrento,
the Amalfi coast.
Amalfi, Positano. Yeah, there's plenty to do. But this time we did something different again, didn't we?
Yeah, we went to
Herculaneum.
I can never say it. Herculaneum.
Herculaneum.
And we did that by the train. It was a little bit tricky. The connection was a little bit longer than we expected.
Yeah, again, if you've not been there, check out the video that we did on it. But we got there by the skin of our teeth. It was a tour that we'd arranged, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just through Viator, TripAdvisor, Get Your Guide. It was one of these ones you can book.
We had to get there under our own steam, and we made it just by the skin of our teeth. But it was doable. It was easily doable. It wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
And Herculaneum itself, just for those that aren't aware, again, it was another site that was covered over by Vesuvius in the eruption, but it was only discovered in the early 80s, I believe. And there's a whole town already on top of it, and so it's incredibly well preserved, unlike Pompeii in certain areas, and it's very quiet.
Yes.
As well. It doesn't get anywhere near as busy, so that's a top recommendation if you ever come here. So that was that, and then obviously it's back to Barcelona.
Yeah, so just one sea day. So I think that's the bit that we're finding. We're missing the fact that we haven't had much time on the ship itself and just to relax. So it's been very port intensive. Yeah.
So on that, obviously, the question at the start of the video was, if you were to go on what's the ideal length of time you'd think would be the case for a Mediterranean cruise for yourselves? Would it be 7 days, 14 days, whatever? I think with all Med cruises, because there are so many countries that you can actually go to, it does tend to be quite port intensive. So let us know in the comments, if you've been on a Med cruise, what do you think your ideal length of cruise would be next time? Would you do another Med cruise perhaps? We read all the comments. We actually reply to all the comments as well. So feel free to jump in here and let us know. Okay, so with all that said, with all that rambling from the pair of us, we are going to do our usual final score. So I'll go first, if that's okay.
Yes,
Ship brilliant, staff amazing, food really good, entertainment was good, and the itinerary fabulous. I'm normally quite harsh on my scores, and I came onto this ship with experience of Celebrity previously in Alaska. Again, you'll see the videos for that, but it was tainted, and I have to say this ship and this itinerary has turned that round a full 180, and as a result I'm probably going to give it the highest score I think I've ever given a cruise, and that's going to be 9.5 out of 10.
Well done. Gosh, that's very good.
Thanks, I feel proud of myself for doing that.
Now, I think I'm going to give it a 9, and the reason being, I look at the value for money. Now, we paid to be in an aqua class cabin, which is quite a bit more expensive, and I'm not sure that we've got the full value for money being so port intensive. So it's just my thought, but I thought it was absolutely fantastic cruise. I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait because we're coming back on a Celebrity ship in the future. We've got one booked.
Yeah, already. Yeah, and talking of which, we've got more videos coming up, more cruises coming up. They're stacking up already. Every time I come home, Alison said, "Oh, we got another cruise booked." Excellent. That's what I like to hear. But if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing, especially if you like what you've seen so far. It helps us a great deal. If you've already subscribed, just give the video a like, jump in the comments, even if they're bad comments, just jump in. The algorithms love them, and it helps us a great deal. You won't understand just how much it helps.
Absolutely. And if you got to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate you just watching.
Indeed, especially with a pair of us just rambling away. That's extra special to us. So until the next cruise,
stay curious.
Postcards from Rome to the Rio sun. Allison and Ian, always on the run. Luxurious laughter, memories to the core. Next stop, paradise and adventure you'll adore. Hit those channels, don't be shy. Every moment's a blessing, flying high.